We're on. I think we're live, girl.
Hi, we are live. Okay, yeah. Hey, okay. Happy Saturday, everyone. I am excited to be connecting with my amazing friend, Gladys Diaz, who had her birthday the other day. Happy birthday. Happy belated gorgeous. We have a Libra in the house. We love our Libras. And this is my actually team. This is my first time using Zoom integrated with Facebook Live. So pardon if there was a few second delay there because bit of a learning curve. So I'm so excited to have Gladys with us here today. She and I were connecting about an amazing event that she was telling me about for all the single ladies, and maybe ladies, if you have a partner and you want to up-level your relationship with your partner, this is such a great opportunity to connect with Gladys and the event that she has coming up. And we'll talk more about what that would look like for you and how that's going to benefit you in your journey, both in life and in love. So I'm so stoked to have you, Gladys. Thank you so much for joining me on a Saturday afternoon, evening.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you for getting so, passionate about sharing this with your friends. I'm actually seeing how I can share this on my page so my friends can see it too. There we go. So yeah, so it really is for the easiest way that I can describe this event. It is for smart, successful women who want to have extraordinary success in their love lives too. Because a lot of times we tend to get focused on one area of our life, and we think, oh, I got to focus on my business right now. I got to focus on my health. I got to focus on school. And then I'll do that relationship thing. And by the way, I hear that from both single women and women in relationships. And so it's this pigeonholing thing that actually creates scarcity, because anytime we're in an either this or that conversation, we're in scarcity. And so there's a couple things I know right off the bat about successful women. We don't like to waste our time. We do not like
100%.
We don't. Succeed, right? We want to succeed. And we love having a plan that tells us, here's how you get from A to B in the fastest, easiest, most effective way. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do those 3 days. Those 3 days is all about how do you, whether you're a single woman who's looking to create extraordinary love, first of all, to attract the right man, because you don't want to waste your time. You're tired of not being successful in love, and you want to know, how do I do this easily, effortlessly, and effectively? We've got you covered. And if you're in a relationship that either maybe things aren't going the way that you had hoped, or they were good for a while and now, it's not everything that you want it to be yet, or things are really, they're good and you just want to take them from great to extraordinary, because that's another thing I know about successful women. It's like, why settle for the status quo? We've got you covered too. So this event really is for the woman who's ready to take herself, her personal growth, and her relationships, love life to another level.
Yeah, so good. And team, as you're tuning in, please give us some hearts. Let us know you're tuning in. Say hello. Say where you're tuning in from, so we can connect with you energetically and say hi and embrace you while we're having this dialogue. Like I said, Gladys is a dear friend of mine. She's an expert when it comes to love and relationship. She knows her stuff inside out, and you are totally in great hands with Gladys. So Gladys, do you mind sharing a little bit about your journey, about how you, what attracted you to being in this space and making a difference for all these women?
For sure. So many, many years ago, actually over 32 years ago, I was in a relationship. I was very young back then, and I was with the guy who ended up being my first husband, and we were in youth ministry. And because of the relationship that we had, we were asked if we would lead other young couples who were, teenagers, young adults who were in committed relationships. They weren't necessarily engaged to be married, but they really wanted to take their relationships to, more gut level communication, soul level connection, and, increase their relationship with God as well. And so I did that for 13 years and actually 10 years, because my first husband passed away. He passed away of cancer when I was 27 years old. And so that ministry, I wasn't participating in that ministry anymore, but the passion for really having happy, loving relationships never went away. And when my husband died, a very real fear that I wasn't relating it to it as a fear. I was relating to it as the truth, emerged almost the moment that he died, which was, I'm never going to love or be loved again. And it was, I mean, I really truly believe that, Zine. I wasn't relating to it like a thought. I wasn't relating to it like a fear. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm 27 years old and I'm never going to love or be loved again. And now I know that I was saying that to almost anybody who would listen. And one day, thankfully, I heard myself. I call it like an out of body experience where I was looking at myself and I heard myself say, I can't, at that point I was 28. I was like, I can't believe I'm 28. I'm never gonna love or be loved again. And I heard myself. And the first question I asked myself was, why would you say that? But in a judgmental way. And then I decided to get curious. What would have you say that? And so I started doing what I now call the heart work, not hard, because relationships are not hard, the heart work process, which is a process of acceptance, forgiveness, like really breaking through the layers of limiting beliefs, blind spots. And what I uncovered was that it was a fear, not the truth. And that it wasn't that, oh, I'm never going to love or be loved again, is that I had a real belief that I would never love or be loved again. So my subconscious, my brain doing what it's designed to do, which is have me feel safe, was just convincing me and trying to convince everybody else that wasn't going to happen. Well, thank goodness doing this work, the heart work process, 4 months later, as I started to break through all of that, we call them love barriers in our work, breaking through the love barriers, falling deeply in love with the woman who could be lovable. I had to believe that for myself. I attracted this amazing guy into my life, and we've now been together for over 22 years. And I'm just so grateful when I think about whatever it was. I believe it was God that had me hear myself, because God knows how long I would have continued that story, relating to it as the truth. And it didn't matter what people would tell me, because obviously people would say, oh my God, you're so young, I'm sure you'll meet someone. And I would proceed to tell them how wrong they were and how insensitive and unloving that was, right? Because my first husband was the love of my life, and that he was the one. And back then I believed there was only the one. And it was in learning how to break through those fears that I unlocked my heart and was able to welcome in like the most loving, generous, inspiring, I'm gonna get an emotional man that I could have ever prayed and dreamed of. And now 22 years, imagine, I would have cheated myself out of the best years of my life.
So powerful. And you spoke into something really powerful, Gladys, about doing our own work, like inner work, in order to attract the person that we want to attract, right? And so you talked about barriers. Can you speak into what are some barriers that hold women back from attracting the true love of their lives? I'm very curious.
So one of them is fears. I mean, and we don't relate to them as fears. We relate to them as the truth. So what are some of them? Because your brain doesn't go, hey, by the way, this is a fear that I'm using to like totally keep you single and unhappy for the rest of your life. Your brain doesn't make that announcement.
So true.
It sounds like, you know what, this is too hard. Like relationships are too hard. I'm better off alone. That's what it sounds like. And then all the evidence you gather for that, right? It'll sound like a love barrier could be a limiting belief. Like I blew it. I made this one decision or 10 decisions. And that's why I can never love or really be loved again. Or there aren't even, like, let's bring it down. Online dating doesn't work. Never mind that 75% of all marriages are coming from online dating. There's no men in my city, state, hemisphere. Like for some reason. I'm just telling you the most obvious. So it doesn't, but see, when your brain says it, it really feels like that is the truth. And so I'll give some examples for women in relationships that either they end or they're not going well right now. But for single women, the most common one is I am better off single than my spiritual people. If God really wanted me to be in a relationship, he will bring him to me. And one of the things that I say, I don't know how many believers are watching, whatever you believe in, if you believe in a benevolent, loving God, higher power being, why in the world would that loving being put a desire in your heart to share your life with someone and then deny you that desire? And so it's sneaky. Your brain, it'll play tricks on you, and it's just trying to keep you feeling safe. And it's not that it's easier to be single, because I'll tell you, my life is a lot easier, more fulfilled. There's more love, there's more happiness. I don't need my husband to be happy. No woman needs a man to be happy, but he adds happiness to my life. He supports me and my dreams. He is my biggest champion. And I see that in my marriage, of course, in the marriages and the relationships of my clients. So if your brain's been playing that, it's just like playing a game with you to keep you safe for no other reason. But the truth is that if you are a strong, smart, successful woman and you want to share your life with the right man, a man who knows how to love a successful woman, then you don't want to deny yourself that.
Yeah, and a man who also is not intimidated by a successful woman either, right?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. What we tell women is men really aren't intimidated by successful women. If you're getting feedback that you're intimidating, it could be that you're giving the impression, I don't need anyone, like I've got it all handled. And for men, there's this thing I teach, it's called the CPAs of love. So good men, I'm talking about, when I say good men, men with, they've got good intentions in their hearts, they're available, not cheaters, not not being unfaithful.
They're not playing.
Exactly. A good man really cares about the person he's with. And what we've known, and this is research, this is science, this isn't my opinion. Again, we're talking about 30 years plus of doing this work. A good man wants three things more than anything else, especially when he cares about a woman. He wants to provide for her, and that's not just monetary provision. He wants to be able to contribute to your life. So if you've got everything handled and you're on a date, like you're on a job interview, talking about all your accomplishments and how you've got life handled, and your energy is sending, I don't need anyone, I don't want anyone, there's no space for him to contribute. So it comes across like, there's no, like, what could I possibly add to this? Like, we literally have had women, my sister, my business partner, he told her, well, I don't even know what I could add to your life. Like, he literally said that to her, because she was just trying to, she was putting on her best face and all that stuff, and she didn't even know that she was sending that message to people. The second thing men want to do is to protect. And that's not just physically is one of them, but also they want to make sure that they're not the cause of your pain, that you're good, that other people aren't taking advantage of you. And the third thing is they want to please. So they want to see your smile and know they had something to do with it. They don't just want to see you smiling. And so when strong women are unconsciously, just like I was unconsciously believing, that I never love or be loved again. These are really blind spots, which is why it's important to bring them to the forefront, because you can't transform it until you see it. When you're sending that energy, that sometimes is what's being received as intimidating, because there's this, it's not real strength. It's this act, a pretense to give you the idea that I've got everything handled, because underneath that, there's a fear that I don't, or I might not, and you might find that out. I mean, it's like so many layers, right? And it's vulnerable, and it's a fear of intimacy, of like really getting closely connected. And all this time we're saying, I really want to attract a man who can love me and support me, and I can lean on somebody and not always have to be the one in charge of everything. And we're unconsciously giving off this energy that is masculine energy, and we're not aware of it. And so the whole thing that Michelle and I teach is, how do you keep your power, whether you're single or in a relationship? How do you keep your power as a woman and also shift into this feminine essence, what we call the irresistible essence, which is what has you, it's irresistible because it has you attract and keep manifesting the things that you want, like love, prosperity, health, and all of the yumminess of life. So we do hear that a lot, like men are just intimidated by successful women, and they're not. Men are very, very turned on by confident women. The difference between a confident woman and an arrogant woman is that a confident woman knows that who she is enough. The arrogant woman is always trying to prove it. And so it doesn't land the same way. as confidence. Confidence is, when we've done our research, and you can actually research this, ladies, online, the number one thing then find the most attractive about a woman is her confidence.
So powerful. How about women who are not confident and they want to build up their confidence?
Right, so
what can you say to them? What can you say to the, you know, these beautiful women?
for sure, like that's why we do the heart work, because the heart work is just like, I tell people the best analogy that I can give is, I'm going to say this like super laser, the Titanic. So in the story of the Titanic, there was a ship and there was an ice, like unsinkable ship. Like that's how they promoted this ship. It was the
unsinkable ship,
right? So then everybody's having this wonderful time, and somebody sees in the very, very far distance, they didn't have the technology we have now, an iceberg. So all the energy went into moving the boat, turning the boat so that it wouldn't hit the iceberg. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that they never hit that iceberg. What tore that ship apart was the iceberg they couldn't see, the one that was under the water, right? They hit something before they ever got to what they were trying to avoid. And that's how it is in our lives. We've got like this iceberg. I don't want my heart broken. All of our energy goes to, I don't want my heart broken. Again, usually there's an again after that. And so I don't want to date cheaters. I don't want to date liars. I don't want to risk that heart being broken again. And so I've got all this energy going to, I don't want my heart broken again. And I keep attracting people, situations, circumstances that keep breaking my heart. And it's the stuff under the water. It's your fears, it's your doubts, it's your limiting beliefs. That's what's having you, if you're single, attract the same wrong man in a different body. You're attracting your fears, not your desires. And you're not aware of it because it's under the water, it's in the subconscious. So the woman who doesn't feel confident, the woman who feels unlovable, like, you know, we work with a lot of women, unfortunately, who have gone through abuse or, you know, molestation, rape, sometimes narcissistic relationships. And so they feel a lot of times like that mistake is whether it was their mistake or the choice that somebody made, because obviously we got raped or molested, like but there's something that has me be unlovable. And sometimes it's not even that drastic. It's just, you know, our upbringing, some patterns that we inherited. Sometimes we don't even know what we inherited from the generations before us. And there's all this stuff happening in the subconscious that's sabotaging your confidence and your belief in yourself. Even if we'll say it, we'll give it lip service, but there's a knowingness inside that I'm terrified that you're going to see who I am. And that thing that I think you're going to see is going to be the reason you won't love me. And it shows up in business, and it shows up with friends, and it shows up with family, and it really shows up in love and relationships. So we help you break through those icebergs, those love barriers, so that you can truly step into who you are, the woman you truly are, and have that be what you radiate, and have that be what attracts the right man into your life. And if you're already in a relationship like I was, I mean, I told you my beautiful story, 6 years into my marriage, I was self-sabotaging. I was so afraid he was gonna, I didn't know this, again, a subconscious feeling, he was gonna die or leave me, because that's the story of my life. My father, my grandfather, my mother lost custody of us, and then my husband dies. I had all the evidence in the world to prove that if I love you, you're either gonna die or you're gonna leave me. I had like all the evidence, and I didn't know that I was living from that belief, from that context. And so I was sabotaging my marriage with my mouth. I'm going to write the book. My mouth almost cost me my marriage, because I would say things critically, correcting him, constantly correcting, controlling. Basically, I was trying to control him, criticizing, correcting, and giving him an unsolicited advice as to how he could do better. And it was destroying our marriage 6 years into our relationship. And by doing my heart work, again, that's how I uncovered that it was a fear of him dying or leaving me. And I started to learn how to communicate in a way that I could say what I wanted to say, he could hear me. And because he could hear what I was really saying, he could respond to me differently. And that took like 2-3 months to totally turn our marriage around, where it was like that close to, I was wondering, the same man that I just told you is like the most loving, supportive, generous man. I was saying he's so selfish. He like, it was like, and it's the same guy. We even live in the same house. We have the same 2 children. It was just me changing my ability to communicate, my own context, breaking through my fears, all of a sudden it just opened the portal to having the kind of relationship that we have today, which is honestly, it's the best part of my life, is my marriage with my husband.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Gladys. And just to speak into what you said about, it's all about being in ownership and responsibility and taking ownership of our breakdowns, our self-sabotage, our limitations as women, whether single or in a relationship, and being willing to look at ourselves in a way where we're seeing an opportunity that we can shift. Because if you're in a relationship that's not working for you, who's the common denominator? You. Right.
Let me
Like
tell
you,
you that,
right?
that is the actual feedback my sister got from a coach. Because when you asked like how we got started, so that was
Yeah.
my path, but our business got created because my sister was in a 12.5-year relationship marriage that was, it was bad from the start and just progressively got worse. And then she went through 5 years of very unsuccessful dating that same guy in a different body, addicts, adulterers, you know, men who were cheating and lying and didn't know what they wanted to do with their lives. And she was talking to a coach. I mean, she had the sense to talk to a coach. He's like, Michelle, like, what do all these men have in common? And she's like, well, they're men. And he's like, well, besides biology, what do they have in common? And she's like, well, they're liars, they're cheaters, and they don't know what they want. He's like, what else? And she's like, well, you know, they've got addictions, they've got, you know, they're committing adultery, they're, you know, there's some sort of drama. They're either getting out of a relationship, just got out of a relationship, or still in a relationship. And he's like, and what else? And so she starts to get a little triggered, and she's like, since I'm not giving you the answer you clearly want, why don't you tell me? And he goes, Michelle, the only thing these 5 strangers have in common is you. And you keep asking, what's wrong with me? You've got to ask a different question. It's not what's wrong with me, it's what would have these men be attracted to me and me be attracted to them? And that question completely changed the trajectory. Like, she started to do her heart work, the same thing, the acceptance, the forgiveness, the breaking through the patterns and the limiting beliefs. And within weeks, starts attracting, same dating sites, a totally different caliber of man. One of those men is the man she's been married to for over 10 years and been with for 14 years. And so that's why we believe so strongly in this work, because it's not just something we read in a book, and it's not something that we like took a course on. This is our personal transformational journey. So at the event that we're going to talk about now, we're actually taking those steps, and we've put them into 3 days where we're walking people through the steps so that they can have their own breakthroughs, and they can have the experience of either attracting the right man if they're single, or reviving, we call it reigniting the spark in their relationships to keep the love alive year after year after year.
Yeah, so good. And the event is called the Irresistible Woman event, yes?
Yes, the Irresistible Woman Live, because again, we're talking about that irresistible essence. It's your natural, innate power as a smart, successful woman. It's there. It's just right now covered up with the fears and the limiting beliefs and the patterns that don't work. We break through those in 3 days, and all of a sudden, just like me and just like Michelle, this like floodgate opens, and you start to experience exactly what you want to experience when it comes to love and relationships. This is like our 6th year or our 7th year.
So good.
I'm trying to do the math in my head and I can't. I think it's our 6th year that we're doing the event. And every year, Zena, every single year, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing, the miracles that get created. I mean, when I tell people, we've had physical healings in the room. We've had marriages where the woman was like, this is my last stop before the divorce attorney. And then we get pictures like the 2nd day of the event. I'm not even talking like weeks later, of she had put her wedding ring back on. Didn't tell him. He sends her a picture. I'm like gonna cry, of him putting what after the first night. I just gave her one tiny homework assignment to do, which was just to say, I missed you today. That was it. I said, put a period after it because you'll start saying other stuff. Just look him in the eyes and tell him, I missed you today. 17 years they've been together, and they could not talk for more than 2 minutes without it being a fight. Like, that was where she was at when she walked in Friday. And on Saturday, she's showing Michelle and me the text messages back in little memes of minions and you're the best thing in my life. And I'm like, and they're still together. That was like 5 years ago. So, and women meeting men weeks after the event, like 2-3 weeks after the event. And now they've been together 2.5 years. When I tell people it's life-changing, that's what I'm talking about.
So good. And thank you, Gladys. I posted the link, ladies. I posted the link to the event, to Gladys's event that's coming up next weekend. Yes, Gladys?
Yes, next week in October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. It's going to be virtual this time again. We had it last year. Our feedback, like for years, people was like, apparently there's a race outside my door.
Race to find that person or attract that man. That's a sign to race.
So last year, for years, people were like, are you going to live stream? Are you going to live stream? And we had this idea that you had to be in the room and we had to be in person. And then last year happened, right? I don't have to go into it. And we said, we're going to live stream it. We had hundreds of women, 200-300 women come. It was 300 women last year who came to the event. And the feedback from the ladies who, because people come every year because it's that good. And they're like, how did you create the same level of connection and intimacy on live stream that we used to experience in this small room, in a hotel banquet hall with 120 women? I'm like, that's what this kind of work provides. It's like, there's this safety, this intimacy. And the women who are single, they'll have breakout sessions for single women, and the women who are in relationships will be in a breakout session, so that you're getting the coaching and the training that's relevant to you while you're there.
So good. And you also have an opportunity for the first 10 women that jump in.
Yeah.
You want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah. So what we're going to do, because this is a special, the link that Zena just put in there is a special link for her community, for her friends and the people in her community. And so what I told her right before we jumped on, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to, I'll put that in the chat. I'm just gonna, anybody, the first 10 women who use Zena's link to sign up, you're going to be automatically upgraded to VIP, that's usually a $600 ticket. Just first of all, let's just say the ticket that you're getting is $47. It's $47, and it's actually a $500 ticket. So already we wanted to do something special for you. And then the first 10 who use your link will get upgraded to VIP, which brings 2 additional sessions that we don't do. There's a VIP lunch session, and there's a VIP evening session on Saturday night with our husbands, where women get to ask them any questions that they want about love, dating, sex, money, whatever they want. Nothing's off the table, and they get to hear the answers from a guy's perspective. So we have that going on Saturday night, and until, I haven't checked the inventory, but while supplies last, and I think today's the last day to order, we have these love boxes that people can get. And it's got, I'm not going to show you today, but it's got some materials that you can use at the event. There's some swag in there. There's some things to remind you, like what a beautiful, irresistible woman you are. So you can jump in. First 10 women will get VIP, which is awesome. And then I'm going to do something else, because I always do this kind of stuff. So anybody who, right when you get your ticket, you'll get an email, and it'll welcome you to the event. Reply back and tell me, Zena sent me, right? Just put Zena sent me in the email. I'll know that I get to upgrade you to VIP. And I'm also going to ask you a question, like, what do you most want to get out of this event? And based on your answer, I will send you another free gift. So if you're in a relationship, you might get our relationship fundamentals books, which is how to keep relationships exciting, fulfilling, and fun. If you're single, you'll get the dating fundamentals, which is how to make dating exciting, fulfilling, and fun. So I don't know. It depends on what you tell me that you want. We have something else. I'll send you another free gift so that you can start creating the breakthroughs even before next Friday.
So good. Thank you for your generous heart and soul, Gladys. I really appreciate it. So ladies, jump in on this opportunity. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't levitate. Don't pontificate. Don't do any of that stuff. The race was on. You heard the race. That's a sign, actually. I do believe in that stuff. So race, like if you're in a space right now where you're struggling in a relationship, or you're self-sabotaging yourself in a relationship, or you're experiencing self-sabotage, or you're not in a relationship that is fulfilling to you for whatever reason, it's unfulfilling, it's sucking up your energy, whatever that looks like for you, whether you're in either you're single or you are in a committed relationship, or you want to be in a committed relationship. So this is your opportunity to jump in, take advantage of Gladys's 3-day event. Like she said, it's $47. That's actually a no-brainer, to be honest with you. 3 full days in a mastermind with her. She's brilliant at what she does. She facilitates transformation. So come in, be committed to transform, jump in. And like she said, once you jump in, reply back to the email, tell her that you were referred by me, and then she will offer you another generous gift. So thank you so much, Gladys. And if I'm also going to post how our beautiful goddesses can connect with you. So you want to share how they can connect with you as well? And I'll post it in our chats.
For sure. So if you have a question, like, is this for me? Or you've got some sort of question that wasn't answered here, just go ahead and you can either send me a private Facebook message. You can also, if you just reply here, I'll be looking at my Facebook notifications, but you want to direct access to me, you can contact me in private message on Facebook. You can also, my email's there. You can send me an email, and you can also text our customer service number and just say, I watched Gladys on Zena's live stream or on the video, because I know we're going to send the replay to your list. So
yeah,
just mention Zena's name, because everybody else is not getting the plus. That's just because it's Zena. She's my friend and absolutely adore her. And she was just like, let me share this. I want to share this. So
yeah. Thank you, Gladys. Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon, early evening with us here. We're both on East Coast time, by the way. So thank you for your generous heart, being willing to give this as a gift for your birthday. Because you were like, and just so you ladies know, she reached out to me before her birthday. She's like, I want to do something for my birthday, and I want to give, and I want to contribute. I want to create an impact. I was like, I'm so enrolled. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Because I'm all about making an impact and making a difference and collaborating with beautiful souls like you, Gladys. So thank you for being you. Thank you for your generous heart. And ladies, feel free to reach out to Gladys. You're in great hands with her. If you feel called, if this message resonated with you, jump in. Do not hesitate. Just jump in. Trust yourself. Build the confidence that you're looking to build so that you can attract the men you're so worthy to having, because you're worthy in having the best relationship of your life. So you get to cause and create that and be the source of that. So any last words, Gladys, before we wrap up?
I think you just said it perfectly. If there's any part of your mind that's like, oh, I don't know if this is like a priority in my life, like, you need to be, no man is ever going to love, honor, and prioritize you higher than you love, honor, and prioritize yourself. So this is your first breakthrough of the event will be to step in and trust yourself that this is the right step. And then we've got you, we will hold you every step of the way, and you will break through, and you will have that beautiful, loving relationship that you've always wanted and you deserved.
Yeah, so good. And so, ladies, imagine what your life will be like at the end of 3 days, once you have that 3-day experience with the beautiful Gladys, who's a complete rock star. So thank you so much, Gladys, for being with me, with my community. I love you. I appreciate you. Happy belated birthday again. I adore you so much. And ladies, goddesses, feel free to jump in, reach out to Gladys, reach out to me if you have any questions, reach out to Gladys as well. We're here for you. Let's cause and create your breakthroughs. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gladys.
You're
Love
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Love you, honey. Bye.
Thank you.